Hi everybody. How to get more time? I was a mechanical engineer, and many years ago, I was introduced to this concept, how to get more time, by a mentor. And a lot of people know about this, but if you don't, this is something I want to share. I shared this before, and I'm going to share it again in this beautiful Zermatt mountain. Matterhorn is on my left here, and it's a beautiful day. So a lot of times we tend to think that we work hard and we earn money, and then we'll have more time. But sometimes you realize that the harder we work, the less time we have. So a lot of people are looking for more time. I'm sure I am. I'm sure everybody is looking for time. So let me share with you this concept called EBSI. EBSI, and we have nice snow here. So EBSI is basically a quadrant. Okay, and this is E over here. Okay, and this is B. Okay, and this is I. Kind of cold. And this is I. E stands for employees, right? B stands for business owners. S is sole proprietors or small businesses, or I is investors. Okay, now I used to be an employee, and an employee, what they do is they go to work, right? And you realize that when you don't go to work, you don't get paid, isn't it? And so that's a function of time, right? S, on the other hand, they're small businesses and sole proprietor. So same thing too, right? They have small businesses, and of course, if they don't go to work, they don't open a shop, they don't earn money as well. So they're tied to time. So E and S are basically a function of time. In order to make more money, they have to use more time, exchange more time, like I did, exchange more time to earn more money. Okay, and so I was there, and in fact, if you look over this side, this half of the population, in fact, is 95% of the population are all here. Okay, and where's the other 5%? Well, the other 5% on this side. So B stands for business owners. Business owners are people who have about at least 500 people working for them, and so they have resources. Okay, so people are a resource, and I is an investor. So they invest money, right? So money is a resource. Okay, so B and I, what do? They exchange resources for income. So resources, again, can money, it could be coal, it could be royalty, it could be money. So they exchange resources for money, and that's only 95% of the population, 5% of the population over here. Unfortunately, the 95% of the population, like me, only own 5% of the world's wealth. Kind of unfair a little bit. And the other 5% of the world, they own 95% of the world's wealth. Okay, so why is that? Well, because again, they exchange resources for money, and resources are somewhat unlimited in a sense, and so that even if they stop, they have continued income because their resources generate income. However, for employees and self-employed or sole proprietors like me before, what happens is, again, we only have time 24 hours, 7 days a week, and exchange that. So that means that we don't have time. We stop, we don't get paid, and nobody wants to stop getting paid, isn't it? So about 16 years ago, I was introduced to this concept, EBSI, and I was thinking to myself, wow, how come nobody has ever taught us this in school or anywhere? So this came by the author, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. A lot of you may have read that book. If not, I'd highly recommend that book to you, Cash Flow Quadrant. This is a cash flow quadrant. My dad, when he was 70, he read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he said, how come I'm 70 years old, nobody's ever told me about money like this before, isn't it? So again, back to the first question is, if you want more time, right? So we have to figure out how to get out from this quadrant, E and S, and get ourselves into the B and I quadrant. But the B and I quadrant either takes a lot of time, they invest a lot of money, they have specific know-how, or or they take high risk in order to get there, isn't it, right? For employees like me before and sole proprietors, well, we don't have a lot of money, we don't have capital, we're not going to take a lot of risk because all our savings is for the family, isn't it, right? So we can't jump into that quadrant. So that's kind of limited to certain people to be able to do that kind of stuff, right? For me and you, or for people who are not like that, who want to take smaller risks and want to figure out how to get there. So the key really is find a platform that allows you to exchange assets for income, not time for income, okay? So that's very important. So what I did 16 years ago, I was very, very blessed to be introduced to a business, Nu Skin Enterprises, and that allowed me to slowly build. I follow a system, slowly build a business, and in the anti-aging industry, build a business following system so that I can slowly get out of this exchanging time for income to building franchises and businesses and consumers. Okay, so that's one way. All right, there's many ways you can do that, but I think the important concept to learn here today is that in order to have more time, understand the EBSI quadrant. Not a lot of people know this, and if you do, share it with people. If you don't, well, this is the first introduction of EBSI, and so now you know how to generate more time by positioning yourself in a platform that allows you to create more time. All right. So again, businesses and investors, of course, they have high capital, but a business like Nu Skin doesn't require that capital. Doesn't require that kind of high risk, and allows you to take step-by-step approaches to build that kind of business that allows you to generate more time because of the franchises, because of the community that you build. Okay, so I hope that that I make sense. I hope that you can see all this in the snow. It's kind of with the sun. I hope you can see it with the sun. But this is a beautiful, beautiful place. I hope you can't see Matterhorn is up there. There's nobody here. Just me and my daughter and Jie, and it's just beautiful. It's very quiet, and this is great. So we're on a 1 month trip in Europe and Italy, and I hope that this helps you. Our goal is to change the world and to let people be more productive and have more time and live better longer. All right. So bye everybody. See you later.